Hey guys, except I'm here alone because I forgot to put up a reminder. Okay, well, I'll just talk to myself because that's fun. Or if you're watching this video later, this time I will remember to say this is a live stream with at least one live person. And if you like what you see, please go ahead and click the thumbs up down below, subscribe, and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when I go on live. Joannica, Nana in Pockets, Christina, Farrington. Yay! Hi, guys. Sorry there was no reminder. It got away from me. Joannica, you just got them today? Oh, my gosh. Hey, 87, welcome. Did you have a lovely nap? Hey, Nicole Lovey, you Christmas glue booking fool. And there's Ms. Jean. Farrington. I did not put up a nice, oh, you know what I did not do also is adjust the camera to not mess with autofocus. I had no idea it was as late as it was. So hold on, I'm touching buttons. Try not to mess with you. Let's just see if we can get that to not make us crazy. I can't see you, so now's your time to misbehave. Probably want to zoom in a little bit too, huh? I say that like you could answer me. I wish you could. That would make me happy. Let me see. That looks pretty good, right? Not so close that it makes you want to throw up. I forgot to tell you to cover your eyes. All right, there we go. I quit touching the buttons. Oh, yeah, Jersey, my sleep has been crazy too. I'm glad you got a nap then, honey. Hopefully you feel better. All right, Nicole. I have not watched any YouTube for a couple days, but I will make sure to do that. I'm planning on getting in the plastic pond later, and I like to watch videos in there, so I will put that on there. Really, Farrington? Is that why you wake up? Boy, a lot of people are dreaming about me, and that's kind of creepy, Farrington. I will say hi. Not so hot, 87. Thanks for asking. Hey, Deb. I almost forgot it's Thursday, too. You're forgiven. What was for dinner, Deb? Lori B., my grandma. Hello, my grandma. Jude, how lovely to see you. How are you doing? Are you guys still in major lockdown or no? I can't remember. So hard to keep up, right? Hey, Lucy. Welcome. Yeah, it seems to be going around. None of us knew what day it was, including me. Farrington. You're just itching to meet somebody up with the Lord, aren't you? Oh, you're clear? Good, Jude. I'm so glad to hear it. Oh, Grandma. Oh, nice. Spaghetti and meatballs, all homemade. I live to hear about your dinners, Deb. You know I do. What are you prepping, Pockets? Are you prepping to blow it up again? I saw you a couple days ago in a live, and you were in the middle of blowing it up. I had the foresight to put dinner in the crock pot earlier today, so it should be done by the time we are wrapping it up. I know, Lucy, I never want spaghetti, but then when I have it or I smell it, I love it. I'm not a huge pasta eater. So how's the lighting? My hands don't look too red. Romeo, baby, what up? That's so cute, Lori. My grandmother was called grandmother, and I don't think she ever wanted a kiss. Ooh, Joannica's eating the pizza. So, yeah. Yeah, I like white sauce too. But I'd rather eat any kind of sauce on bean sprouts than on pasta. Isn't that weird? I'm a weirdo. So I couldn't decide. I was just like, I don't know what to do. Ooh, Farrington, that sounds delicious also. Meatloaf, taters. Lucy, yep, you're weird. You're the weirdest. Christina, you had it too? Pizza or spaghetti? So yeah, after we stopped last week, even last week when we were working on our drawers, creepy baby drawers, I just couldn't decide where we were going with it at all. I was not feeling anything. Oh, that'll be fun, Lucy. I always say he who is being, or she who is being cooked for, likes it or doesn't talk about it, appreciates it. Oh, pockets. I did that once. It fell out of my back pocket, but I saved it. But Nicole, you don't eat pork. Nana, are you laughing at pockets? So yeah, I was concerned about the integrity of our book. I was concerned about just a theme. And I got to tell you, oh, Christina, I only use store-bought. I use store-bought turkey meatballs because homemade ones that I make are not really any better. Although Mark makes good ones. You went from eggs to meat, Nicole. Miss a couple weeks, miss a lot. How's that working out for you, girl? It looks really dark. Does it look dark to you guys? You should, Deb. So yeah, didn't know where we were going, had no idea of a theme. I finally, very late today, when I realized it was Thursday. It does look a little dark. Let me try another light. I came up with a theme. I know what I want to do. Any better? Okay, close your eyes, you guys. I'm going to mess with the light. Oh, that's my sweatshirt. Nope. Sorry, when I mess with the ring light, it moves the camera too. Messing with modes. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Nom. It is a little dark, right? I don't know why, Nom. Is that better? Well, part of it is because, well, this is black, and that's going to look dark because it's black. Oh, everyone says hi, Nom. 87 already said hi, Nom. Okay, so yeah, so this afternoon when I realized it was time to figure out what I was doing, it came to me. I'm going to set this aside for a minute because I'm having issues with the drawers. I'm having issues with my drawers. They're not sliding smoothly at all. And I tried waxing them, and that helped some, but not as much as I'd like. So we're going to work on the page. Pockets. Hey, Colleen's in the house. So, yeah, we're going to work on what the page is going to be. It's going to be a one-page spread. Sharon O is in the house. Hi, honey. Congratulations again on hitting 1,000. I missed the drawing. Who won the Visa card? I have been totally out of the loop for a couple days. I'm telling you guys, you miss a minute and you miss a lot. So at any rate, I have been doing some slow stitching. One of my 87. One of my pockets, you won the Visa card? Nice, congratulations. I'm surprised Eileen didn't cheat to win it. Oh, hi, Eileen. Just kidding, Eileen. Hashtag it's all your fault. One of my dearest friends pointed out that I have seemed a little overwhelmed, and that is a true fact. And part of it is thank you, Eileen. I will shut it. Goodbye. Eileen says to shut it. Gotta go. Good job, Pockets. Did you give her an elbow right to the chops? Nice one. Yeah, so part of it is I have some stuff that people have asked me to do. I have some stuff I want to do. There's just a lot. And plus, I have Nom and I have the kids and all the current real life situations going on. So you know what? Thanks to 87 and our friend Janet Nash, I went back to revisit, hey, Barbara, to revisit Anne Brooke. And I used to watch her because you guys know I've liked slow stitching for a long time. I'm not good at it, but I sure do get a kick out of it. Although I generally do embroidery, not slow stitching. And she said something talking about actually slow stitching and being mindful and making something just for the sheer pleasure of making it. It doesn't have to be something. You're not making it to have a purpose or a function, or just for the sheer enjoyment of doing it. And I guess I had felt like some stuff was not feeling that way to me. Does that make sense? I know I'm very philosophical and whiny. Anyway, yes. Yep. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna listen to some Anne Brooke. I'm gonna do me some slow stitching. And Jersey, I will thank you, and I will thank Janet Nash, our darling friend, who reminded me to go back and check out Anne Brooke again. I will link it down in the description. The time got away from me when I was going live, and so I didn't have time to get her link, but I'll put it in once the video's up. Nom, I know, right? It's so focused and tight because I'm going straight through YouTube without Ustream, and there's only about a 4-second lag. I know, Eileen, but you know what? I am finding, usually when I do embroidery and fabric collage, which is probably more what I would call my style, I am all over the place and going all crazy. The thought of just actually sitting down and just concentrating on a little bit or whatever, without a plan, without making something, and really is a proponent of that. And I think that's the idea of slow stitching, is relaxing and enjoying it. That's all. You're not racing for the finish line. You don't even know where the finish line is. Oh, thanks, Nana. That's right. You do not have to do surgery on the webcam. Nom nom. You may have to look at the ring light because it's waggly, but other than that, we're good. So anyway, all of that to say, because I am still a little stymied on the pockets, I'm not real happy with how they're going in and out, and I'm not sure how to fix it. So I'm going to ignore it for a minute. Nash, hey. And I had several people ask me to do a little slow stitching. Additionally, isn't that handy how that works out? So what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is my plan is to make a slow stitched piece, an embroidered piece. Oh my God, Eileen, it's required. You must curse out loud, poke yourself until you bleed, drink heavily. I mean, just carry on. It's all the best. Welcome back, Helen. So nice of you to come back. I'm glad we didn't scare you away. That's right. That's exactly it, Helen. And I'm trying to focus on that. Focus may or may not be my strong suit, but that is what I'm trying to do. The other thing that may be TMI for you guys is right now, when I sit down to do paper crafting, if I'm making a journal or work in my journal, which is just my creative daily journal, is a sad situation. I get very focused, and it's very hard for me to stop, go do something else, come back, and remember where I was going with it. So I lose a lot of time and a lot of creativity that way. And there are things going on in the real world for me and for Noam right now where I do have to put my work down fairly frequently, go do something else, and then come back to it. And I'm finding that doing some random stitching is really helping me out there. You are, Noam. You're such a pain. Excellent, Lucy. All old furniture. Yeah, we have some of that too. my complaint is going to be, Lucy, if they rip when they're coming out. I just haven't figured out how to fix it, but we will. Oh yeah, Joannica, if that happens, throw it on the ground and cut a new strand of floss. Floss isn't that expensive. Yes. Oh, you guys understand then. Thank you so much. Hey, Carrie and Hoodie. I know. Erin, you have to go back and watch my blathering for the last 10 minutes. There's a method to my madness. So at any rate, what we're going to do, I have a theme in mind here. I don't have a huge plan. I just have a theme. And we're going to do a pretty bulky... Oh, I saw that come up, Hoodie. The tour of your Airbnb is on my list to watch in the hot tub tonight. Hibiscus. No, really, Hoodie, there's a method to my madness. Oh, yeah, Lucy, that happens. Old furniture is beautiful, but it can be a real pain in the ass. So yeah, so I have a theme. I have an idea. We're going to make this as bulky as we want to, because this book is not going to be intended to be closed and put on a shelf. Hey, Brenda, welcome. This is meant to be an open piece of art and sit in a book stand or sit on a table or whatever, so that, I'm sorry, I keep moving that. I don't know why. So that the stitchery and all the madness we're going to put on here will be open. We can glue a whole bunch of the pages together for some more stability. And then the piece that we end up putting in here is also going to stabilize the spine, so we don't have to worry about the book falling apart. So there was a method here. Nash, that's what I was just saying. Yep. My stalker baby. Hello, darling. No breakfast? Erin, is that it? There's your stinking bed. Now shut your face. You could just put a nice muffin on the step for them. Hey, Karen. How are you feeling, honey? So that is the story. And I have some gorgeous fabric. I'm going to move. Well, you know what? I'm just going to shove this. I don't have any patience. Okay. We're going to move our book because I don't want to keep crashing it about. Yeah. That make you giggle? All right. So this is going to be our base. Is it crooked? Why, yes, it is. I'm checking on the how much I care-ometer. Not even a little bit. Nope. Awesome, Erin. Is there a toaster? Because really, toast could save the world. Karen, we're not murdering a book tonight. You'll be happy to know. Oh, not toasted Eggos are not a happy place. I didn't get a notification that you went live, Hoodie. I just got a notice afterwards when it went up. Ooh, a coffee pot, high rent district. I know, Karen. Barbara, the muffin is only stepped on if you get the luxury package. Oh, toast can so save the world. Just stuff it, 87. Okay, so what I have here is a scrap of old cotton batting for quilts. And this is what Anne Brooke uses to stitch on. And I had never thought of it as a base. I usually use muslin or an old pillowcase, just a piece of linen, old linen that I've cut up already. Yes, platinum members. Candy, listen to your psychologist and you just come back after you chat. You need to pay attention to that girl. Well, you can't hear me because you don't have any sound on. Cauliflower toast? What the hell is... How do you get cauliflower to be toast shaped? Oh, there you go, Brenda. All right, so that's what this is. And again, I will link Anne Brooke down below in the description. And I really recommend that you guys go check her out. She has a lovely accent. And I love her style. It's so different than mine. And so I've started watching one of her series called Sew for the Soul book, which I think is such a good idea. I don't know, Farrington. I'm going to need proof. I'm going to need to see cauliflower that's toast shaped. That's been toasted. Because you could make it toast shaped, but will it go into the toaster and come back out? I would try it if you can make it work. So yeah, her style is much cleaner than mine is. When I am hand embroidering, you guys have seen, I think most of you have seen, like the little fabric flips and the strips and the everything that I hand stitch. I will put anything on it. I'll see now, a pizza or a quiche, you can pat it into the pan and don't have to worry about it falling apart. Toast is free range. Anything could happen. So at any rate, yeah, I am not limited to fabric or ribbon, or I will put anything into my pieces. I use paper, I use trash. Yeah, 87, right? I mean, I just will put anything in it. So yeah, Nicole, and it's really appealing to me right now to take a deep breath. There's nothing so pressing that it has to be done right now. Just, Lucy, that's fancy. Pizza. So the quote that I pulled out, I'm going with a black, red, white, blue, and black kind of theme, right? I have this absolutely gorgeous fabric that one of our very, very good friends, whom I have not seen recently, gifted me, and I love it. This one looks like an old ledger, and it's not stark white. It's a little bit off-white. Yes, you may, Brenda. Permission granted. I know, 87, that's why I said I was thanking you and Janet for reminding me to go check out Anne Brooke again. Thanks, Colleen. Isn't it beautiful? This is another one that is, it looks like it's from what is that thing called? Encyclopedia. And I need a black and white. Believe it or not, in all of my millions of pieces of fabric, I have no black and white flower. I feel the need for a black and white flower. So I'm going to have to do something about that. And then there's this one. And when you are putting together a piece, you guys, absolutely no way do you need pieces this big. These are how they were given to me. Thanks, Farrington. You're the bomb, baby. Hey, where's Margie? Did she see I was stitching and ran away? Hold on, guys. I got to go get Margie. Hold the phone. I love the letters too. Different, right? And they'll look so different when they're in small pieces. Yeah, it is. They're fun. Hold on. Got to go over to Facebook. Got to grab a link. That Margie. Oh, that Margie. Oops. You guys, I touch buttons. Oh, you're still there. All right. Why isn't Facebook loading? Not best. So what we're going to do is we are going to, I'm talking and typing. That's not going to end well, is it? We're going to lay out some fabric and just sort of see where we're going with this. And I'm going to do a couple different stitches because I had several people ask me about it, and I promised to go on live and I didn't. So, because I'm a big liar pants. Oh, just type it into Margie. There we go. Okay. Now I can sort of think. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Hey, Angie, how you feeling? I know. Margie gets very sporadic notifications the same way that I do. All right. So we've got those pieces to mess with. Not sure if this creepy baby's coming along for the ride, but I figured we needed one in the picture. Let me fold these up. What I do when I'm getting ready to start a new piece is... Oh, did you win something, Angie? Have fun. I love cauliflower too. Oh, Candy can't hear me. I love cauliflower. A one-way ride. Oh, we're actually, we're going to commit creepy baby aside on these little things I found on clearance at Walmart. Hold on. We're going to be snapping bits off these babies. Okay, so we have the black and white, and when I'm starting a new project, I kind of decide on a color. She is a sexy babe. She's not going to be when we're done with her. And I go through my stash and, you know, pick out some coordinating fabric or not. Sometimes I just let it go crazy. I pull out my scrap drawer and just grab whatever's on the top and start stitching. And I use all the colors and all the patterns and all the textures, and it's equally beautiful. There's Margie. Thank you so much, Margie, and welcome. Thanks, Candy. Me too. So then to go with these guys, I went through my bits bucket. Oh, I dropped one. Yes. She's not Barbie. She's Zuru Sparkle Girls. Clearance, you know. All right. So we have these guys. I have this beautiful old dishcloth that I know. Don't you love Margie's yellow outfit? This, I believe, came from my darling Hey Y'all Diane Shaw. It's a very old dishcloth. Margie paid the salty tax. Yeah, no, she won't be recognizable. No worries, Peggy. Some old bandana fabric. And I had some old Barbie clothes that I got in some lot of clothing somewhere. And so this is a skirt that's got red and blue dots on it. It also, can you guys see that? Little tiny doll snap. It is machine sewn, but it also has some hand stitching on it. And look at that little tiny snap. Can you believe that? So I think at some point we'll cut off this waistband and feature those snaps on our piece. So I pulled that out, a little scrap of an old linen. I think this was a towel, like a bread towel. And I love that trim. It's not trim. It's like faggoting almost. Some feed sack fabric, very old feed sack fabric, very worn feed sack fabric, which I love. It's got wears in it and holes in it. And we might try to use it so that the holes are featured. You see where it's all worn out. And I like that a lot. I pulled out some creepy cloth. This I didn't know I had. I have an open bucket somewhere, but this I bought on clearance last year and just found it. So it's kind of a blacky gray, and I think it's going to tone back some stuff. I think that texture is going to be nice. Okay, no one lose their mind. They see that I cut this up. Our lovely friend Donna L., who makes the bags to die for, uses these Royal Show bags from the Sydney Royal Easter Show to put her bags in. I was lucky enough to be gifted several bags, and so I got several of these bags. I started using them to make masks when we were making masks for everyone, because I was trying to use some stuff that I had, and this was neutral for some men's masks that we were making. However, I love the colors. Get rid of the green. Love the reds and the blacks. Love the images. Love that it says Royal Easter. There's no time like showtime. Yep, we could do some stuff. Yeah, 87, believe it or not, when I was making masks, I ran out of plain muslin. So I had several of these. I left one whole bag because it is vintage and gorgeous. But I broke into those. You do too. Yeah, Donna's handbags are amazing. I have this piece, no idea where it came from. It is stained. It's a little more country than I usually go. Oh, good, Angie. Good, they're keeping an eye on you. I would not use it in its entirety. It's a little not my bag. But look at the patterns. And then there are buttons, and then there's the writing from where the patterns are, and the colors are perfect. So I figured we could cut some pieces out of there somewhere. I have this piece of a linen that I'm assuming was embroidered down here. And so, oh, nice, Cat. Did I say hi? I don't think I saw you sneak in. You put your feet up and listen. So this is an old linen, and it's just got a beautiful hand-done blanket stitch. Another old linen. This is a hanky. Look at that. Can you see in the corner this really fine white embroidery? Beautiful. So I'm trying to kind of pull in an off-white and a stark white. That we'll manage somehow. Just a few pieces of, I think this is old sheet material. This is really old sheet material because it's linen. And then I grabbed a bunch of lace bits. A lot of these are out of my scrap bucket, literally. Lace bits. And this is certainly not, I'm not limited to this. This is when I was going to just do our first layer, putting it out. This is, I think this might be Hobby Lobby lace. I don't think this is vintage. This is extremely vintage. Pulled out some vintage baby rickrack. Pulled out some absolutely gorgeous embroidery floss that my darling Susan and Betty gifted me. This is vintage silk embroidery floss from Karen. It is Italian and it's hand dyed, and it's all these shades of reds and kind of burgundy, and I'm hoping that'll work. It's questionable. It looks better together in the camera than it does in real life. We might be able to work it out though. And these are vintage threads, DMC threads, also from Betty and Susan, that are called Flower, DMC Flower. It is pockets. It's digging through some stuff and, you know, things that people have been so generous to gift me or that I've had laying around. And as I said, the idea came to me later than I would have liked because I didn't get to root around for as much. I have some other ideas, stuff I didn't find yet. But at any rate, so beautiful flower floss. This, I think, is from the 70s. I don't believe they make it anymore. It's pretty hard to come by. And it's just a one skein cotton thread, very, very pigmented, really beautiful, rich colors. Hey, Johnny, how you feeling, honey? This one, Aaron? Oh, no, you're asking about rickrack. Duh, I got it. And then I pulled out a couple cards with fibers of the right color. Love this fiber. Not too sure about the purple, but we have some blues and blacks. And hey, Tammy, welcome. And then some more grays and blacks and stuff here. I have red somewhere. I'm not sure where, as I said. And then we have these dolls that I bought at Walmart. They were on clearance. Yep. Zuru Sparkle Girls. Now, the theory behind this, hey, Linda, welcome. The quote that I'm going to use on here is, we weren't created to stay broken when we fall. Pick up your piece and your pieces. I just scribbled it on a piece of paper. This is not how it's going to be. I just didn't want to lose it because you know I would. And this is going to be the quote that's going on here. What, Farrington? Hey, Malia. This is really apropos of how I am feeling, Hody, right now. It works for me. Thanks, guys. It's by Alex L., who, as far as I can tell, is like a self-published author. I never heard of her, but this works for me a lot. Kimberly, did I say hi? Hi. Sorry, I was reading. You know, I can't read and like look at chat because I have to sound out the big words. So this is going to be our quote. And somewhere, and I'm going to find them. I couldn't today. I have great big metallic peace signs that are like blue moon beads, but they're just silver. And they're probably, I don't know, I'd say they are 2 inches in diameter. And I want to use those for the piece to symbolize the piece. And we may end up alcohol dyeing them or something. This is going to be kind of a longer project, you guys. And then these little dolls are going to contribute their limbs for the pieces. So we have piece and pieces. And that's all going to be incorporated into the fabric collage, into the slow stitching. That's not to say that's all that's going to be there, but I think what I would like to do is, we weren't created to stay broken when we fall. Those words are going to go in strips in the 3 drawers that we made in the book, and then pick up your piece and your pieces will be featured on the actual fabric page. That's what I'm thinking right now. Again, nothing carved in stone. That's just what I'm thinking. So this is going to be, our drawer page is going to end up being more involved than I had intended, but that's okay. Because I don't think there is a law that tells us how long one of our creepy baby books has to take. Is there? Do you guys feel like there's a law about that? Thanks, 87. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. And a lot of these things are sort of, there is a rhyme and a reason behind them in my own mind. And it's what I am feeling. I don't usually say things like that, but it's what I'm feeling. So that's where we're going. A little different for the creepster, but hey, why not? And if I can't get the drawers to work right in our book, then I think I'm going to 86 it. We'll end up putting our base piece someplace else and restart the drawer project. And I will make the slidey parts of the drawers smaller than I did in that one. So that's plan B. Always good to have one. Ah, thanks, 87. All right, Kimberly, let's do it. Oh, I also have this. This is another piece of that little teeny Barbie vintage clothing. Another one of those little, look at that little tiny snap. It's really fallen apart, but it's got a little teeny like finishing stitch and everything. It's adorable. So when I start a piece, and again, let's murder one of these dolls. I shouldn't say murder. That's probably going to get me in trouble. Let's make one of these dolls more along the lines of what I'm thinking. All right. Isn't that funny? Like in the little snow cone. Yeah, plastic hair, very Polly Pockets. Dude. Oh, there we go. Pieces. This is why I pick these. Yes, we're going to do plastic dismemberment. A little straitjacket. So look how tiny that leg is. Isn't that perfect? So when we get our pieces on, this will be something that we end up stitching in. I'm sure it was, but she didn't make a sound. And now we call her Hopalong. They're harder to pull off than a person would have thought for 97 cents. Oh. You guys, I thought this was going to be easy. I didn't want to go into our all the cool vintage plastic stuff, the dolls and stuff and China ones for this because I was going to be ripping their arms off. Barbara, the meat tenderizer. Whack. Aaron, Bobby for short. Shame on you. Does it, Pockets? Does it seem more wrong than anything we do on a Thursday night? Really? These little plastic ties are rough. It's going to be perfect. We're going to make a heart out of fabric or paper. I haven't decided yet. Well, yeah, I loved Polly Pockets when my kids were little. Man, did we have a lot. I think I still have a giant bucket somewhere. All right. Winding up for the pitch. Dude. I know, right? Just came to me, Pockets. Oh, Malia had Polly Pockets because she's only 4. You baby, Malia. We knew who you meant, Aaron. Get yourself together. What are we going to do with these? They look sad now, although I like her mask. Ripped off the head. Their heads could be ripped off. I'm going to put them in. Yeah, Malia, it's strange times, Malia, honey. I feel ya. Well, they don't even have arms. I'm going to put them in the creepy baby bucket because who knows what'll come up. Who knows what we'll think of. Hey, Kay. Breakfast for dinner, yeah. Kay, welcome to it. We're all confused about what day it is. I almost forgot it was Creepy Baby Day. Kimberly, who is Dawn? Oh, Brenda, don't be a baby. I won't rip your arms and legs off. Okay, so I'm going to put our little bucket of appendages up here. Oh, breakfast is good any old time. I love breakfast. Pockets, we still have, well, our own jar of the everything bagel seasoning that you turned us on to. Yum. Kimberly, was she Barbie's little sister? That was Skipper. Yes, Karen. Kay said she did. And I think Malia, did you say you did too? So then what I do is just start, and I do generally tear my fabric. Angie, that sounds yummy. I do generally tear the fabric because I like the frayed edges. Maybe not quite that much. It was interesting to hear Ann Brooke say something about she keeps her thread bits. I do too. I keep them in a jar, like frayed pieces that I pull off or the ends of thread that I'm using. I keep them all in a jar. Sometimes I'll ball them up, and you guys have seen me do that to stitch on. If I haven't used them all in the springtime, I throw them out for the birds to use in making their nests. There you go, little tip. Farrington, you weirdo. All right. So I really love this feed sack. Okay, so we'll just pull it threads a little bit. And I find that this is nice because it's holding on to, it's like pinning sort of. It holds on, the fuzziness holds on to your fabric. I guess I could straighten this a little bit, huh? Probably not. You know, straight's not my bag. Oh, Mrs. Beasley. Who didn't love Mrs. Beasley? My sister had one too. Of course, we called my sister Mrs. Beasley. I don't think it was her favorite. And you don't have to do the whole thing at once. You could just do little tiny pieces. Maybe we'll do some squares. I tend to start with some bigger pieces underneath and maybe more geometric shape pieces, and then go littler from there. Certainly not a rule. Nobody says it has to be that way. A lot of people did cat Mrs. Beasley. Creepy. Betsy Wetsy. Peggy, what the hell were Revlon and Ginny dolls? Does that sound made up, you guys? And I do tend to start with the fabric. Don't know why. And then build up on, you know, crazy stuff. The crazy stuff. I love this. Chatty Cathy. I think my sister might have had a Chatty Cathy or a Betsy Wetsy. Let's see. What do I want? I think I want some of the stripies. Watching Ann Brooke, as I said, her style is very different than mine. She is so much more neat and tidy than I am, and her style is just gorgeous. So one of the things that is, she gives the Art for the Soul, her first project this year, Art for the Soul, was making a snippet roll. And she gave challenges it was supposed to be for the whole year, until it turned out that we were all stuck at home. And so she made it into a shorter project, but she would give prompts for little sections just to give you some ideas. And then because she had so much time, she finished that one and did Art for the Soul in a book form and gave prompts for that. And so it's pretty cool to get to kind of follow her suggestions. And there's a hashtag, So for the Soul, I think. I will put it down below again in the descriptions. I was going through Pinterest or Instagram with my face hanging open at the beautiful work. Malia Raggedy people are the worst. And Andy, all their raggedy little friends, they're horrible. So one of the challenges was to use squares and circles. Not big on cutting circles, so hold, please. Too lazy to get out the maker. So I got out my Big Shot. Malia, that's terrible. There's something seriously bad wrong with that girl. So I took out my Big Shot and I took out some circle dies. These are those nesting circle dies. Do you guys know how to make yo-yos? Because I had someone ask. And we could make a yo-yo because that's another thing that Ambrook does a lot of. I am, Eileen. I'm going to try anyway. Fabric's a little trickier. Do you love them, Nicole? Oh, which one? Nash, because I'm lazy and use my Big Shot. It's a little tricky sometimes. But I found if you build in a shim, can't remember how I did this. This was like 3 days ago. So I've got some scrapbook paper that's not my favorite. How did I do this, you guys? Let's see. What do they say about the order here? Let's read about our sandwich. Eileen, help me. You're the Big Shot queen. This is close enough to a framelit. So you put in a plate. I'm going to put in our little shim guy. Do you think it'll cut better with one piece or 2 layers? Let's try 2 layers. Put it on one piece of paper, Eileen? What do you mean? Like, don't fold this over? I was trying to make it a little fatter. Okay. So 1 piece of paper. And then 1 layer or 2 layers of fabric. You guys, a Big Shot or a Cricut Maker will cut out all kinds of shapes for you. Waiting for instructions. You had a dream about a peacock man? That's scary. Colleen, are you watching? We're going to learn something here. Wait for Eileen because she probably had to go refill her vodka. I don't have a shim. What can I use for a shim, Eileen? All right, well, let's just give it a shot. So put our fabric down. If worse comes to worse, we can break out the scissors. I just don't want to. And I think I want to circle about that size. Not a big deal. Are you guys going to lose your mind if Creepy Baby's all about slow stitching for a couple weeks? Is that going to be like the worst Creepy Baby crisis ever? Because I'm kind of feeling it. All right. Paper on top. Another piece of paper. There's a Peacock Man commercial pockets. Oh, I meant to get out my nice plates. I have nice, you know, when you're live cutting plates that aren't so scratched up. But there you go. They work just the same, you guys. What do you think? Is it going to work? I'm finding it so hard to keep up between Facebook. Oh, hot damn. Look at that. Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Sorry, Eileen. I never pay attention. Not yet, Malia, but the appendages could end up through the Big Shot. You never know what's going to happen. Part of the beauty of doing a fabric collage is that anything goes. I know, I love that. It feels very satisfying, Farrington. So this, we're going to use, actually, you know what? Another Anne Brooke thing is using the negative. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Not straight, don't care. Let me check. Of all the things to worry about, straight lines are not one of them. All right, so what I'll do, as long as Eileen's got me all fired up on that. I don't know, Malia, it doesn't always come out that way for me either. Good for you, Linda. Beat those boys up. Yes, it screams hobo. I love mine, Laura. You know I love my Cricut. But I have a lot of dies from back in the day, and I just love this. I did actually. I need to do another video or a live because I got some, thank you, Colleen. I got a couple new Sizzix die thingies. Yeah, I do. I have actually a couple videos and or lives to do with you guys. Got to get myself together, right? Yes, it's true. But Malia, it does not always work. The piece of fabric or the piece of paper as the shim substitute makes a big difference. So let's see if we can, and I think the fabric does too. Let's see if we can get this one. I did it a little bigger and whiter fabric, and we can do a yo-yo because I don't remember who asked me, you guys. All right, so I went through 3 times. I did not get our pop. That's disappointing. Oh, it moved. Ah, yay. I got a little close to the edge, but it'll do. Oh, yeah, I think it does have to do with the fabric. Try putting in that piece of cardstock on the top, Malia. Again, Eileen seemed to be right, and it seemed to work real well, putting it on top of the plates. So I made the sandwich the way the Sizzix told me to, and then put the piece of paper on top. Yes, pockets, I believe you are so smart. A tight weave fabric works best. Does anyone else who has the ring light find that it is hot? Over and under the fabric. Eileen, I thought you said to put the paper over the plate. And I was paying attention, damn it. Wow, Kelsey Grammer, really, Farrington? All right, let me get this out of the way because I'm starting to close in on myself and I don't want to lose any of my dies. Because wouldn't that irritate me? Don't you hate when you're missing one shape out of a stack? All right. And I did just pull out a paper pack that I don't care for. So, use the pieces I like, and then I was using that. Now I just ran over my toe with my chair. Eileen, I was listening to you. Pockets. Hey, Jennifer Jane. Look, we're not doing anything. What a surprise. How are you feeling, honey? Okay, is it me or did Eileen tell me to do that 10 different ways? And now she's yelling at me. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm thinking, just for fun, and you don't have to do everything in one fell swoop. You don't have to cover the whole thing. No, I wanted to know, but Eileen, don't confuse me. It doesn't take much. You can cover the whole thing partially and then come back. There are no rules. It's what you feel like doing and what you like, the way you like it. Your judgment. I think I want a bandana circle there, maybe. And then this is something that Anne Brooks did in hers, was she used the negative. So maybe we'll put the negative up here. All right, Farrington, almond joy. I wish I had one. You like where it's heading? How come, Peggy? Were you in the mood? And am I making poor Margie shudder in disgust? Because I'm cutting stuff and pretending to know how to stitch. I'm really not pretending to know how to stitch, you guys. I don't think I'm ready for... I think the creepy cloth is going to go late. Go in the game late. What a piece of this stuff. And then maybe one of the off-white pieces. Oh, good. Jennifer, I'm glad you're feeling better today. Yeah, this is going to be fun, I think. All right. This is hemmed on either side. I have no idea what it was. And honestly, I don't know where it came from. But I think I like this. That's right. It's screw stitching. It's different than slow stitching. Isn't it? And again, these are kind of more country than normally is my bag, but I think we'll be able to tone it down some. And so I'm fine with it. Trying to decide if I want to cut the hemmed part off. It's not that interesting, so I think I will go ahead and do that. You like this one too? You guys, I wish I could tell you where I got it. I never had a full piece. I think this scrap is all I ever had. I think I want to turn this way. And yeah, you can use your Big Shot or your maker to cut all different kinds of shapes out. You do you, baby. Maybe this way. Oh, okay, Kay. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so not going country, 87. We'll be here, Kay. Hopefully we'll entertain you. Malia, yeah, just be careful because some of the fabric I find from Walmart is like really high polyester content or weird. Yeah, pockets, I was getting there. I was going there. So make sure it says 100% cotton and that it's maybe from a good maker. I know Waverly sometimes does fabric packs for Walmart. But yes, that way, because you definitely don't, I mean, you just need little tiny scraps. A middle finger as a focal point. Oh, we could draw one. Let's see. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, hello, lover. Do we like that? We might like that. Eileen, I know. But I mean, it's the only game in town sometimes. Do you guys remember that live sale when I did slow stitch kits? God, that was before we moved here. That was a long time ago. Waverly does do packs for Walmart, Eileen. So don't be a snob. Welcome back, Eileen. Not Eileen. I just was reading. I was telling Eileen to be good. Welcome back, Angie. Oh, that's a good point. Can you look on eBay, Peggy? Eileen has beautiful scraps. Eileen, will you sell your scraps? Colleen, you and Kathy are going to have to do another fabric swap. I kind of like that, but I want something. Something, Mama. I don't know what. Oh, you know what I have somewhere? Margie, are you still here? I have something from you. I'm going to use them. I'm just going through my little drawers that are right here that have ephemera and stuff in it, you guys. Oh, I thought I have fabric. Not ready for paper yet, although we could be. You could put anything in that you want to, you guys. Eileen has gorgeous fabrics. Oh, pockets, nice. Really, Eileen? I didn't know that. Well, Malia, there you go. You're barely here. Are you okay, Margie? You can use photos. Wouldn't a photo look cool? And I wouldn't put it in the middle because it's going in a book, but. Ooh. Oh. I'm not that ready for photos yet because I like to do my fabric first, but I think I like that. I'm going to go ahead and pin it. Oh, thanks, Nana. And yes, I'm putting holes in the photo with the big fat pin. Don't care. Stitch over it. Not going to worry it. Do it. Do it. Yeah, I do too, and I don't want to forget. The only reason I would do that later, putting in a photo or something, it's pretty stiff, and it's going to fight back a little bit, but I really like how that looks there, so. It is. It's the fabric buttholes, 87. Ain't nobody got time for fabric buttholes. All right. Well, if you guys enjoy this and it's something we're having fun doing, God knows I've got stuff for days to put more slow stitching kits together. So I'm just going to give it a quick little throw down with the pins just so we don't. It's fabric hot dogs. It's right, fabric sweepins. They do, Linda. That's a great point. You can also, depending on your printer, you may be able to run like a photocopy a picture or scan it and run a piece of fabric through your printer. My printer sometimes lets me do that. It's very temperamental. Sometimes works, sometimes not so much. But It so is, Carla. It so is. But you know what? I really, really like the glossiness. I like the different texture of it being paper. But that's a good point. That's a great thing to work into your collage. All right. I'm still stuck on the fact that Nicole eats meat now. So just throwing a couple pins in here and there. I use, these are quilting pins that are a little bit longer so that they're easier to find and they'll hold down a little bit more. And I'm just throwing a few in. We can pick them up if we want to move something. Nothing is written in stone yet. Oh, thanks, Barbara. I know it can be a little tedious watching someone else do it, but as I said, it's kind of what I'm feeling right now, and I had the idea for this page, and I really wanted to do it. Devin, my friend, hello. Oh, hey, right now, you guys, Patty Lang just went live with her sale. She has flour sacks and feed sacks. So get on over there if you need some fabric. And I'm not going to worry about it being straight up and down. Don't care. I am very fond of the negative of the circle and the positive of it here. Devin, we're going to do a fabric collage slow stitch page in the Creepy Baby drawer book. Well, it might be the Creepy Baby drawer book. We're having some technical difficulties with the pockets, and I don't know how to fix them yet. Yeah, I know, feed sacks. Would you guys mind if I ran over to Patty's and picked up a few? No, just kidding. Debbie, you causing trouble. What did you say? Malia, that makes the fabric special and soft and delicious. So, okay, so far we're here. See, this is where I'd really like to have some black and white fabric, which I just don't have. What do I have? Oh, hell no. Look at that in my scrap drawer. Look at that. How lucky is that? It was laying right on top of my scrap drawer. Oops. Oh, no, I didn't shut you down, did I? You guys, are you still here? I dropped my mouse. This is my scrap drawer. Well, one of them. And this was laying right on top. Isn't that special? See what else is floating around in here. That's pretty white. Oh, look. Oh, I like that. That's a piece of seam binding. Love the texture. Do you, Angie? Now, is the Spellbinder the same idea as the Big Shot, just a different maker? I love this, but I think it might be, that's a little browner than I want to go, I think. Off-white is cool. But look at this ball. Isn't that sad? Look at that ball of thread. Wait, I missed something. 87. Why are you nervous? I've actually been looking down, so I've missed some stuff. So this is all the colors we're using. Can you guys see that? There's a little bit of black in there and a little bit of red. And if you just took something like this and stuck it like up in there and couched it down, look at that texture. It's just gorgeous. Wait, what's happening? What's happening tomorrow night? What? Speaking of, are all you guys here? When are we gonna do your jelly plating? I'm all set with Mary Seaver, but 4 of my friends have a jelly plate session coming, and you guys have to work out the date. What are you doing, 87, or is it secret? I'm just poking through stuff here, guys. I think I want some off-white. Some off-white. And you don't have to cover up all the batting. The batting is beautiful. Cool. It's going to be the Children of the Corn. That sounds fun. Oh, Devin, this is not sewing. It doesn't count. If you can sew in a button, you can do this. 87, everybody loves you. Don't be nervous at all. It's true. Deb is absolutely right. Once you start, are you nervous because it's live? That's going to be fun. Don't be nervous. You're going to rock. You know what we could do, you guys? I do love this a lot. I think I'm ready for a little break in the pattern. Oh, you know what we could do? This would be fun. Malia, no, I don't want to bathe your kids. Thank you. Look what I do. This is what I do to kids. See? And anything different is always nerve-wracking, Laura, but you're going to rock it. Everybody loves you. You're going to be just perfect. So I'm just looking around here for, I think I want this. Looking for my ink. Sorry, guys, I really did not plan in advance. Malia, I don't think that's good. I don't think it's right at all. I don't think it's right at all. Okay, so I'm going to take a little tiny bit of this cotton. I know, right? I want to know who went over to Patty Lang's and got feed sack. Oh, thanks, 87. I love it too. And it was like clearance somewhere. Oh, so is it a big old mess, Malia? I'm just going to go over here to stamp so that I don't end up with black ink all over everything we're doing, you guys. Looking for a scrap of paper, which oddly I don't have. Here's a scrap of paper. Cool. So this is, dates, I guess. Calendar. Using VersaFine ink. Putting it on there, letting it sit just on a piece of cotton. Just letting it sit for a minute. That was a beautiful transfer of ink. Yep, I remember those days. That is the extent of my rubber stamp cleaning, just so you know. Okay, so, oops, I put things, I'm trying to clean up a little bit as I go because I've made a huge mess here. So I like that a lot. The other thing I like about it, I just realized because I'm slow on the uptake, it's another circle to go with our little circle thing going on here. And that is cool. Do we want it up here? I was sort of working down in this corner, but now I'm wondering if I like it. What do you guys think? Oh, Devin, it is permanent. So if I say pour a glass of water on this, which is really not out of the question, it won't run. But it's also fine ink, so it picks up detail better. That's the difference between that and what's the other kind? There's Versamark, VersaFine, and then there's another kind too. It's also great for coloring. Like if you're going to watercolor, use markers. Yes, and Eileen knows things. Stays on is harsher on your rubber stamps because it is petroleum based. A lot of people get a headache from using Stays On, Devin, because of the smell. I love Stays On. It just happened to be the VersaFine is what was on top of my drawer. Yes, that's true. Both Stays On and VersaFine take a minute to dry. So now I'm thinking we've got this awesome. Oh, yeah. What do you guys think? What if we crinkle up some... why can't I remember seam binding? You're so welcome, Devin. I'm telling you, pockets and Peggy pockets and Eileen, a lot of people here know a lot of stuff. I don't mind it, Eileen, but I like how Sharpies smell too. So Whoa, hello. Hello there. I know a lot of the details getting lost because it's washed out, you guys. Different. I'm not crazy about how E6000 smells, Carla. But I'm thinking if we do this little layer right here, it's going to be a really nice place to do some stitching and have it stand out. Because remember, we still have 1,000 layers to go. Peggy is the queen of pads. This up here? Sure. Do you like it there better? Yep, you like it there better? Cool. Then it is fun to leave a little bit of blank space here and there, just for the eye to rest a little bit, especially because I do tend to go insane. Thanks, Pockets. Oh, it does look like I didn't let it dry all the way. It's smudging a little. Don't care. A nice place for the eye to rest a little bit because I do get crazy with layers. But also it's a clean field to stitch on if you want some stitching to really stand out. Candy, I'm not. This is going to be a page for the Creepy Baby, the page that has the drawers. This will be the actual page itself, and it's going to be a fabric collage slow stitch piece. And this is our quote. What did I do it? Oh, great. I wrote it down and then lost it anyway. This is going to be our quote, Baby Stalker. We weren't created to stay broken when we fall. Pick up your piece and your pieces. So that's the quote that we're going to do. And we're doing a red, white, blue, and black piece as the base. I didn't remember that it was Thursday, Candy. And then when I did, I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do until really late. So I was not very prepared. But I blather on about slow stitching at the beginning if you want to go back. You guys are all losing your minds. Pockets and Jean, were you listening? Hoodie 87 about setting up a time. My jelly plates are warmed up and ready. All right. Here's a little tip when you're doing black, red, and white. Don't use your black pins. And probably not your white ones either. We could stamp a word on the seam binding. I would have to go find my word stamps. Yes, I would. Not there yet, Pockets. Erin, are you available just all the time? Good for you, girl. Do we want... Now, if the threads drove you crazy, you can go through and pick all the threads off. You can certainly cut the fabric instead of tearing it. Angie, we're making a page for the Creepy Baby book. I love this little piece of lace. Yes, you could certainly Sharpie letter a word. Oh, do we like that? It kind of upsets me then there's that space right there. Maybe not. Just grabbing pieces, putting them down, checking it out. Just seeing what I can see. Devin. It does look like I'm making a journal cover, except, you know, I never make journals this small, and this is kind of crooked even for me for a journal cover. This is really pretty lace as well. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. Should we do that? What do you guys think? We could just, oh, that would be the perfect size right there. What did Devin say? Devin had a good idea. Oh, red rum, red rum. Just going through my stuff, just looking around. Again, that's why I like to pin it, because if something doesn't work, then you just yard it up. Even if you've got it sewn down and you don't like it, you can just rip it right off. I mean, unless you're the best stitcher in the world, which I certainly am not, as we have all established, you can just use a seam ripper or some little scissors and cut the threads and get it right off there. I just don't know. Maybe I don't like that there. What do you guys think? Here? It's kind of directional, though. I did not, Hoodie. Doctor Sleep. I really like this fabric. I don't have HBO either. Just pondering. Just pondering, you guys. All right, well, let's take a moment and I'll show the, we have this too, though. I'll show the yo-yo. Hey, Tammy. Highlight the letters on the fabric. Kill. Pockets, are they there? Are they there? There's a K. There's an L. I don't see them all. Pockets is violent. All right, you guys. So for a yo-yo, you start with a circle, duh. And let me grab some black thread so you can see better. I would recommend, I mean, it's totally up to you. You can do whatever the hell you want, but I would recommend matching thread. All right. Then you need a needle. I actually bought a new pack of needles. How about that? Devin made you do it. K-E-K-I-L. I just don't see another L. I'm not putting kill on here, you sickos. Where is Jean? Jean, you wanted to see a back stitch and a French knot, right, honey? It's like the hardest thing. They put the needles in so close together. All right, well, that one's a little bit heavier than I needed, but it's the one that came out. So, again, my whole point in doing this, and you guys do you, whatever works for you. My point in doing this and working on some hand stitching and some fabric collaging is that I want to be more focused, not worry about it, not do everything for a reason. My happy place is not freaking out if I don't have exactly the right needle, you know. And so there you go. Wow, trying to find the, oh, sorry guys. Oh. Put on your helmets. Okay, let's see. Try and find the end of the black thread. Here we go. There we go. Actually paying attention to what I'm doing. Is Jean still here? Did we ever hear an answer? Oh, Tammy, are you doing TikTok? I never watch that. There's too much. It's too much. You know? I can't keep up on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube as it is. Not even close. And then I feel like I, am missing all this stuff and I'm going to hurt someone's feelings. Can't even tie a knot. Jeez. Oh, 87. Maybe she was tired. She's been working her butt off, hasn't she? All right, so finally got a double strand of sewing thread and a knot. Wow. Okay, so you take your circle and you go up to the edge. And I prefer mine generally to be finger pressed as you go around. Let me try to get up closer. You guys see that? Used to it, Malia. It was kind of nice when I had no nails, but I missed them. Oh, you know what? I did that backwards, guys. I lied. Oh, I can't keep up with YouTube, Laura. Nope. It's like that whole I'm not starting a new project thing. Well, I lied because I did start a new project. Yes, my hot hands. Tiny little comfort level in my hands and my feet. They're boiling, they're freezing. Really, Malia? Well, it used to be, back before the Rona, they were my own nails. I just had a coat of shellac to keep them hard. And then because I couldn't get them filled during the current unpleasantness, they grew and grew. Finally, I cut them real short to get the shellac part off. And 5 seconds later, started biting them again. All right. So sorry, guys. I was talking and not thinking. I try not to iron my nails. Do you iron your nails? Farrington? So what I'm doing is I'm just finger pressing a little teeny bit of the fabric over. Can you guys see it? And we're just going to do a running stitch around the edge. Try to keep it remotely even, just to keep it as a circle. You can make your stitches pretty long. It does not have to be perfect. So a running stitch is just putting the needle back and forth through. Get the Band-Aids. Shut it, Pockets. Don't say that, Malia. Maybe you just make a different kind of yo-yo. And so you just do your little running stitch, finger pressing as you go. I'm trying to keep it, as I said, pretty close to the same depth that I'm folding over. And this will give you a more finished edge, or a finished edge on your yo-yo. You can just do it straight up on the raw edge and you get this pretty kind of shaggy finish on it. Angie, I like making them. I also find it soothing. Oh, Farrington does it. Yeah, I grow nails like a bastard. My hair, I have a ton of hair. It's just extremely fine, but my nails grow like a bastard. Eileen, I just grabbed some sewing thread because it's what I happen to have. Normally, if I can find it, I do use quilting thread. But someone had asked me to show them how to do a yo-yo, so I know most of you guys know how to do this, but it's a sample yo-yo, you see. I've also been known to, actually, this one I don't want real tightly closed. How is that for some good English? Now I've gotten off my 1/8 of an inch fold, but that's okay. Margie, did you make a whole bedspread out of them? A dress? A sweater vest? Oh, Malia. Yes, but you get to have a farm, so there's that. I don't know how you find time to craft ever. Just a few yo-yos? Just put them on the wall or something, Margie? And again, you could use red thread if you wanted it contrasting. It wouldn't show enormously, but one of the beauties of doing slow stitching / fabric collage, whatever the hell we're calling it. Yeah, I do a lot of times too, Margie. One of the beauties of doing this is that even the tiniest little detail, even if no one else notices it ever, you know it's there. And someone who's really going to appreciate the artistry of what you're doing will take the time to look at all the little bits. And someone will know, hand stitching, right, Jersey, someone will notice that you went, insane and used red thread instead of white thread. Or maybe they won't, but you'll know. So again, this is for you. This whole idea is doing something for you, just for the joy of doing it. Finger poking, yes, you called that. Oh, Margie. Why do you make yo-yos for the catnip? Why don't you just tie it up in a little bag? Just so the kitties, just so you'll know they're there, like I just said. Well, I know your kitties deserve nothing but the best. Sorry, guys, this shouldn't take 2 hours. It's hard to read the chat and talk and stitch. Not the sharpest knife in the shed here. So I will dig around and find some more stuff before we come back next week. Might do some stuff if I do any work on it. I got you, Margie. You don't turn down the edges. Sometimes I don't, because sometimes it's fun with the raw edge, but I do a lot of times. And I want to do something different with this that was an Anne Brooke tip that I had never seen, and it's fun. That's right, Pockets. And if I do cheat on you because I come up with some genius thing, I will put photos in our Facebook group. But I don't think I'm not going to race. Okay, so I went all the way around. Some mighty fine stitching right there, right? I know, but you'll know, Margie. Maybe you just like to do it for your kitties. So let me hold that up. Hopefully you can see. Yeah. Malia, was it you saying that you can't stitch? Look at that. Neither can I. It was a running stitch. In and out, in and out. That's it. Not even, not. I didn't manage to make the finger folded hem even. Don't care. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to put this down because I want to take something, Mama. I need something. Oh. Whoa, what was that? Sounded like a bunch of cords just fell down behind my desk. We're going to pull it, but wait, Pockets, have you ever seen this? I'm sure you have, because you know it all. You've seen it all, man. I'm going to take a piece of our beautiful... Oh, Biddleston. Ooh, she's doing flip-throughs on her glue book. Fun. She just posted. Just little tiny fabric bit. That's probably going to be too big. Don't throw away your fabric scraps, you guys. Oh, Margie, that's nice. You're a good kitty mom. Okay, so I just pulled that thread. I didn't tie it off yet. Didn't do anything. Pulled the thread. It takes a little maneuvering. You just kind of mess with it a little bit to get it. Yes, you could absolutely make them into flowers. What Anne Brooke did was put a contrasting piece of fabric in. Actually, she put some lace in some of hers. Oop, get that out of the way. So before I pull it real, real tight, tuck in a little piece of fabric, mash it in there, glue it in, staple it in, whatever the hell you want to do. I know. It could also be a tiny shower cap in case our poor little legless friends needed to take a shower. And then this is why I didn't want it. I wasn't worried about it being real tight. So you can pull it until it's totally tied up in the center. Let me hold it up again. You can leave it open a little bit because look, isn't that sweet? Smash it in. And that's all, Malia. That's just it. I think a big key to yo-yos is fluffing them up just a little bit. I find that I tend to have less fluffiness on the end where my knot is. Like where I started, I have to kind of scooch them over a little bit, but they don't have to be perfect. Yes, they are not hard, just time consuming. Had anyone else seen that with putting the fabric in there? I thought it was genius. Then you can mash them down. You can sew 3 together and make a snowman. Absolutely. Can you believe people used to make whole quilts out of this? Or a Christmas tree? Absolutely, Angie. Good idea. Because these, wow, come back. I know, Hoodie, I was excited about that. So if we were going to put it here, whatever, you can mash it down. Because I know these are going to be stitched into a fabric collage, I might cheat and go through to the back and knot it off instead of sewing it on the, or, just knotting it right there. 2,700 of them. Oh my goodness. Which Michelle was selling them, Jersey? I missed it. Oh, Pockets. Nice. So I'm just going to take a little stitch in the back to hold it in place. Knot it off. You guys see that? There we go. I think you can almost see that, right? And then another real fancy move here. Just going to make a loop, go through it a couple times, and there's my knot. And poof. Oh, Farrington, that's nice. Okay, so then you just have your little yo-yo. Exactly what Margie said. They are not hard at all, just time consuming. However, if you are watching TV, if you just want to chill, it's a great way to pass the time. All right, so that's a yo-yo. And again, you know, we've got a lot of pattern going right now, but isn't that cute? You could do a cluster of them right there. Vintage month on what? Oh, on Instagram. Yeah, I'm not happy that the Halloween vignettes are over, Pockets. I was living for those. Well, Angie, you better get busy because apparently it's going to take you a while. So I'm going to put this one. I don't want to use this. Thanks, Eric. You could. A small doll head. I could make a bigger yo-yo. Oh, speaking of that, I don't know what made me think of that. I did not mail out the giveaways from last week. Eileen, shut it. I know that you're waiting with bated breath, but I will get that done tomorrow. Sorry about that. Okay. Oh, I was going to show a couple other stitches because somebody had asked. You know what we'll use is just, maybe I'll just use this piece of, all right, 87, we're holding your chair for you. Okay, so I'm going to scoot this over. I'm going to grab an embroidery hoop, which I do not usually use. Sometimes I do. Look, I had to buy a new one today. I have a bucket full of them somewhere. There are also the, oops, that's the wrong direction. Lefty loosey. There are this kind. This is the old-fashioned wooden kind. And there are also plastic ones that have like a pinchy thing. The inside ring you pinch to put them in there. Yes, a bucket of hoops. The plastic ones are easier. They don't leave a mark. You can leave them hooped for all of eternity, but they don't hold the fabric as tightly. Q-snaps. Is that what those are, Margie, or is it something different? A real stitcher person, a real embroiderer. You do like them, but I like how tight it'll get held in this. Normally you would put like freezer paper or something over here before you put your fabric in to keep it from marking the fabric. I have one. Maybe I'll pull it out again and try. And then you just put your fabric in. Boom. I honestly, a lot of the time, don't use a hoop at all. Yes, for counted cross stitch, definitely. Definitely use a hoop if you're doing counted cross stitch, which is also super fun. Okay, so I'm just tightening that up. Oh, guys, did you see how much better my burn is? That was just wacky, wasn't it? And then yard on that fabric and get it good and tight. All right. So someone was asking about a back stitch. Let me get a color that'll be easy to see. Again, I really was not prepared, you guys. In one of Anne Brooks' challenges, I think it was the one using circle and square shapes, she talked about, oh, this variegated thread will be pretty with what we're doing. Oh, I'll have to leave that out. She talked about also on that page with the circles and squares, only using a straight stitch. Pockets. It's funny, isn't it? A stem stitch? All right. I can show a stem stitch. You know, what's funny is I have to, you can't cross stitch. Angie, cross stitching is easy. It's just a matter of paying attention. Well, and counting and counting and counting and counting was my experience with it. So in order to separate, this is DMC cotton, just regular embroidery floss. It comes in 6 strands. In order to separate it, I pull it apart I'm going to use 3 strands right now. The proper way to do it, and I know I've told you guys this before, the proper way to do it is to pull 1 strand out at a time and then realign them. I don't have time for that. Not interested. Thanks for asking. So I'm just going to yank out 2 strands. And then you get a big ball like this. And if you do this with your thread, generally it will come apart. If it won't come apart, then I cut it off and throw away the knot, because that's how I am. It's a whole different world of embroidery. Okay, I'm going to use the same. Yep, like that, Farrington. I think we had this conversation before. And I know that I have said this to all of you before, and I will say it again. You ain't going to win the 4-H award learning how to stitch with me. Oh, see, counted cross stitch is the same thing, Angie. You just do it on a certain kind of fabric, an even weave fabric. Well, see, Devin, and this isn't really, it's not the same as sewing. Oh, it was you, Devin, that said you only sewed a button onto your Halloween journal. Well, this is not really sewing. Stitching is different. You do the same thing, Angie? All right. Oh, I meant to do that the other way, because you know what I'm going to do, you guys? I'm going to knot it at the other end, so we're using the dark blue end so you can see. Okay. Isn't that funny, Margie? Just some things float some people's boats. When I was watching Johnny the other day, I was going to go on with her and do some of the that really cool, like, faux, what did she call it? Faux enameling, or no, that's not what she called it. Anyway, I have all the stuff because I used to do that 1,000 years ago. Looked super fun. The tag kits looked great. And then I was like, no, I don't feel like doing that. Just did not float my boat. All right. So actually, I should take out my little cheater book, because sometimes when I'm talking, I have a hard time getting a stitch started. Where's my little cheater book? Guys, I had my cheater book from the roadshow. Where is it? Just little bits. I've got little bags of bits everywhere. I really need to get organized. I think that's part of my craziness. Oh, we could do some ribbon embroidery on it too. Oh, here's some pieces I started. Okay. No, I've got sequins. I've got feed sack fabric. I'm gonna have to find a different cheater book. All right, I have that. God knows I have a cheater book. Okay, this is really cute. I found it at the Goodwill. It's really old. Oh, good. If I had a dog, Eileen, I would wing it right at them. Margie, you could get some of those giant, like, magnifying things that you put over your head. I looked at those today. Eileen, if I put pins in it and then huck it, imagine. That'll learn that dog. Yeah, that one, Erin. So this is a really cool book, and it's a really good kickstart when I'm doing a stitch. Like if I'm switching from one stitch to the other, it gives me a little kickstart because I will forget. So this was pretty cool. Somewhere I have a little booklet that I made for the roadshow. I just don't know where it is right now. Rent a Doggy is off with her mommy somewhere. I don't know where they are tonight. Yeah, as seen on TV. Eileen, why are you yelling? Oh, the needle part. I wouldn't really do that to Rent a Doggy. I love her. All right, so we will start with ye old French knot. So you come up. I just had a knot in the end of the fabric, the end of the this stuff thread. Okay, And can you see it okay? I do a lot better if I'm not holding the hoop in my hand. So then what I do, if you go around once, make a loop, and go back into the hole, and that's a French knot. Okay. Now, it had always been, can you see that? He's tiny. Oops. Keep thinking the camera's closer to me. So you get a cute little naughty guy. Let me see if I can do it while holding it. So you come up through your fabric. And people get all freaked out about doing French knots. It's not hard. It really isn't, you guys. I can tell you right now. So you're going to hold the thread taut with your left hand if you're right-handed. Wrap the thread around the needle. Go back in the same hole or right next to it. There are laws about this sort of thing. Don't care. Make sure you're holding the thread taut with your left hand. That's how you don't get loop-de-loops. People get freaked out when their French knots get a loop-de-loop, but if you're holding the fabric or the thread nice and taut, it doesn't happen. Yes, French snots. Now, I was always taught that if you do a French knot with more than one wrap, so say you go wrap, 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 and then go in, I was always taught that that was a colonial knot. Now, Anne Brooks said something different, but I didn't quite catch it. Greek knots are totally different, and they involve cheese, Farrington. So that was the same thing. Oh, yeah, and it probably helps to not have your thingy at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I forgot about that. Oh, that might have jacked our French knot up. So what I'm going to do, can you see that? I'm pulling the thread with my right hand, and I've got my finger in there, and I'm trying to get that knot nice and firmed up against the fabric again. Yeah, I might have jacked up because I got it caught. And now it's stuck on my finger. Ah, it's not pretty. It's not for the faint of heart. Right, Peggy, and you get more definition that way. So we mostly beat the loop out of there. There's a little bit of a loopy there. But because we wrapped around more than once, obviously the knot's bigger, more definition. I was always taught that was a colonial knot. Anne Brooks said something different. Not sure what, but I would trust her over me because she really knows what she's doing. Yeah, try not to sew your finger in. But I'm not bleeding. I didn't need the Band-Aid yet, Pockets. Do I get a prize? So that is a very good thing to know. Let's see. The other one that we could do is, was it a back stitch? I always want cheesecake, Angie. Was it a back stitch? I'm trying to think. Yes, colonial knots can be seen from high up. 87, I know you asked about a couple different stitches, didn't you? The other thing that Anne Brooke was talking about was, and I keep saying Anne Brooks. That's not right. It's Anne Brooke, like spelled the same way I spell my name. So you think I could remember that. She likes to have the French knot loop-de-loop at the top for the texture. So let's try that. I'm just wrapping the thread around a couple times, poking it in there. Oh, now I'm not going to hold it. I'm just going to let it run amok. Oh, okay. It did it. So not holding it tight. I keep trying to move this so you guys can see it. Can you see the little loop-de-loop? And normally that would, if you're going for a French knot, that's annoying as hell. But Anne did a bunch of them in a section, and it has like a little hairdo, and it's adorable. So there you go. Karen, how lovely of you to come, and thank you for the thumb. Margie, she's a stitcher. She's fabulous. Thanks to Janet Nash and our very own 87. They reminded me about her, and she has been inspiring me. I will link it down below when the video renders. Yes, a beautiful center flower pocket. Good idea. You can wrap that thread around as many times, Farrington, and if you're holding it tight with your left hand, it'll make just a bigger knot. If you send it loose, if you don't hold it tight with your left hand, then it's called, yes, Margie has defined it perfectly. No, then you're just going to get a little loopy ball. Let's do it and see. A daisy one that Janet Nash did. Was it a lazy daisy? Yeah, Karen, I'm just feeling it. I did a whole spiel at the beginning. Whining and crying and carrying on. So we're doing a fabric collage, slow stitch dealio for the creepy baby. It's going to be a page for the book. We're just doing it out of the book. All right, so Carla, here we go. How many times did you say? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot more awkward when you guys are watching. 5, 6, 7. All right, so Carla, I got 7. I'm poking it back in. Do you want it to be floofy or tight, Carla? Oh, I saw the piece that Janet sent you, 87. It was gorgeous. That was the stream where she reminded me, and you did as well, about Anne Brooke. It's true, Nash. So soothing. Hoodie, I don't know what you're trying to say. Normally I speak typo, but that's kind of weird. Whatever floats my boat. Okay, let's just see. Let's let it go crazy. Might just turn into a big old tangle, but again, just texture. If it turns into a big old tangle, cut it out if it bothers you. Always keep your little scissors near you. Oh, look. So it's a little more textural than it could be, but it's a big fat knot. And then it has a little bit of hair. Can you guys see that? If I could learn where the damn camera was, that would help, wouldn't it? Let me turn it that way. Oh, yeah. Oh, you can see it there. So see? A bunch of those, and you have like a little field of bumpy guys. Oh, I've never heard of her, Linda. Thank you. Let me write down her name. Pad of paper. All right, let's look at a lazy daisy. Is that what you said? Yes, Carla, that will be the Oklahoma knot. I don't know why, but okay. We are here to relax and be very mindful. So if that will help you feel that way, then absolutely. Or a hairy clusterfuck knot. Right. Thanks, Margie. God, I hardly ever drop the F-bomb. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Linda. I'll check her out. All right. So I'm trying to think. I saw that gorgeous piece that Janet did. I know she had some lazy daisies. Don't know. It's really pretty. And someone said daisy. Okay. Thanks, Linda. I know. Margie, you know what? I felt like dropping an F-bomb. I'm all about the feels today. All right. So I came up from the back. And again, I'm holding the thread, with my thumb. I'm trying to hold this. I need one of those stands, going in really close. You can go in the same hole if you want to, or really close. And on the back side of the fabric, I'm just coming up wherever you want your little stitch to be. Yeah, Brooke Unleashed. Okay, so you have your loop, and you bring your needle through that loop. I'm going to take the fabric out of the hoop. It might be easier. So could you see that at all, Laura? And then you pull it. You don't want it to be real tight because you still want your loop-de-loop. And then you anchor it with a little tiny stitch over the top. So let me see if I take it out of the hoop, maybe you can see it. I can bring it up closer. Oh, you did see. Okay, let me do another one. Because again, it's kind of addictive. It's like la, la, la. You can make a flower. You can make a row of daisy stitches. You can make them a row with different lengths. The beauty of this is if you don't apply for a stitching license, no one will know and they will not send the stitching police to you. Just go off-road, you guys. Go rogue. It's my advice. All right. So you go, I'm going to come back right in there. And were I doing this, you know, on my own, I would probably be a little more careful with my placement, but so you go in right next to it. Ouch. Stab yourself in the back. I mean, the back of the fabric, not in your own back. Oh, Margie, if you've applied for the license, they're going to be watching you. So yeah. So there's the tip of our needle. Push it out a little bit more. However long you want your daisy loop to be. Wrap your thread around and just pull the needle. I know, Margie, you're screwed now. Sorry, dude. Okay. And poof. And then tack it off. Oops. This needle is a little thicker than I really need to be using, so it's making kind of a big hole. But that's okay. So then if you want, you can just make this fun little line with it. A line of daisy stitches. What are they called? Margie. Okay, so we're doing, oh, sorry, I think I was like totally off there. Doing the same thing. We're going to do a daisy. Okay, wrap that around. Now, instead of doing a little stitch to anchor it down, God, I can't decide if this is easier with or without. Get back up there. You're going to go in next to that stitch you just made and make another lazy daisy. And wrap it around. I'm not really liking how this fabric feels, to tell you the God's own truth. Okay. So you go in right next to it again. And wrap it around. I think it was easier to see with the hoop, wasn't it? Got that one, Jersey? It was at about, I don't know, 110 minutes. So you don't have to watch the whole thing again. It's really versatile. And you can just do a row of them like next to each other. Or the one thing, you don't need a lot for this kind of stuff, you guys. Basically scissors and a needle. But I love these. This is a water-soluble ink pen. So if you want to do, we've established straight and circles and stuff really is not my bag. So one thing that Anne Brooke does a lot of is circle stitching. Whoops. Okay. That was not what I meant to do at all. I went amok. So if you want to trace something, you can go around your little thread bobber, and this makes this beautiful blue. Oh, goodness. It's bleeding a lot. I'm not fond of this base fabric at all. This handkerchief, I think it's linen, and I don't think it's been washed. Well, it's brand new. It's not. All of that came out so wrong. All right. So I just used my thread, drew a little circle. Yep, that's a big old hot mess, but it gave me a circle. And then make another circle. Just draw the whole thing, whatever you want to do. Then you have, see, I can't draw a circle even when I have one to follow. Then after you do your stitching, if you take, I'm actually just going to, I have a paper towel. Take a paper towel, a little bit of water, and look at that. Gone, gone, gone. Right? So for me, some things I will do totally freehand and just wander around with the needle and thread. Some things that I want more even, I will mark them. Or if I'm doing words, I'll generally write the words with one of these, and they're not expensive. I think this was $2.50 or something. I find that they dry out fast, so I usually buy two when I buy them. But so let me grab this and figure out what I'm doing here. Did Jean not come? Jean, to the front of the store. My darling Jean, to the front of the store, please. Jean, to the front of the store. think it was a back stitch that was giving her a pain in her butt. So say we wanted to have a straight line with a back stitch. We'll put it right here. Well, not very straight, but okay. Paige and Jean. Do your pockets, do you think it really makes a difference? All right, well, let's keep in mind here at, I think it's 115 minutes, we're going to do a back stitch. So a back stitch just gives you a solid line. Maybe I'm not careful enough about putting the lid on all the way pockets. You know, I'm that way. Okay, so for a back stitch, let me get back to the back side of the fabric. So a nice solid stitch. Ow, and I stabbed myself again. That might require the Band-Aid. Being right-handed. Do you, Margie? So that's a good one too. Pretzel bags. The hell's a pretzel bag? Pockets? All right. Waiting to find out what a pretzel bag is. So you do one stitch for your back stitch. I've never seen such a thing, but they sound fabulous. Are they pen-shaped rather than pretzel-shaped? I'm doing this wrong, aren't I? See, this is that whole going from one stitch to another. Maybe not. Then you go in front of it. Thank you, Margie Pratt. And you go back through that same hole you just came out of. And you go about a half a length in front. Can you see that? Oh, did it go away, Lucy, before you got quilted? Because that's very bad. Okay, and then you go back into the stitch, that hole you just went into. Go about a half a stitch length in front. Oh, God, that's horrible. Okay, Angie, thanks for coming. Lucy, that's just horrible. And so then you can also go meandering off in a different direction should you feel like it. Now, a professional stitcher would be very careful that their stitches are the same length, same distance apart. I am working on that in my straight stitching. I'm practicing it because I'm really not good at it, but I'm also not sweating it. Oh, pockets. Apple, I find to be confusing. I used to have to do that for the kids. Okay, so instead of following the line, I'm going off. I'm going off-road. Got a little pucker there. We can just loosen up that stitch. No problem. Just teasing those stitches out a little bit to get rid of that pucker. 87, that's mean. That's right. Don't sweat the small stuff, but the big stuff will kill you. I'm trying to avoid the big stuff too. Jean, look, we're doing backstitch. I've gone off-road. Oh, pockets. Why don't you just tell him to start whole new accounts? He won't even notice. All right, Jean, if you go back to 115 minutes, that's where I started the back stitch. What was the other one that, the other stitch that was giving you a fit, honey? Yes, and of course, welcome back. Sorry we were hunting you down. I just wanted to do the stitches that I've been promising. Wasn't there another one? I did a French knot before that, Jean. We did a lazy daisy. Yes, you guys got to figure out your jelly class. A running stitch. Oh, the running stitch is super easy. Okay, so, oh, and a stem stitch. Thank you, Farrington. All right, so a running stitch, Jean, is pretending to just start somewhere else here. Okay. I tend to work right to left because I'm right-handed. Elle, you did miss it all, my darling. But that's okay, because I'm pretty sure it goes back up on the interwebs if you feel so inclined. But it's awfully good to see you. Yes, if you're doing the running stitch, first get sneakers. Ooh, Margie, jelly plating. I love the name Happy Paper People. Okay, so Jean, you can make a mark. I was just saying, this is a water-soluble pen that works great. That's what this blue ink is. So if you want, to make your marks where you want to stitch, absolutely. Or you can just run amok and go off-road and do whatever. So you come up from the back. Oh, Rosemary went on live. It must be 8. She's doing her apothecary bento box. That looks so fun. So I'll do this one in a stem stitch for Farrington if you guys would like to see it, and then I'll wrap it up. So Jean, all you're going to do is go into the fabric. I just came up from the back, the knots on the back. You're going to go into the fabric, go about the same distance away, come back out. Same distance away. Can you see that? I did not go the same distance away. That's a fib. Yeah, this fabric is creeping me out. Yeah, I think so. 87. I'm not really sure. And that's it, Jean. You just keep kind of weaving in and out. Oh, it looks like you can kind of see that. Yep. Caboodle classes now pockets. I'm just going to do a stem stitch for Farrington pockets. So that you're not going to miss anything. You know how to do that. So Jean, does that make any sense? It's just the rocking the needle back and forth, in and out. If you don't like to do it in and out like that, or you want to be more precise, you can do a stab stitch, which means just go in. I know, 87, I hear you. And then you come back. I find it's more accurate. Yes, like quilting, Margie. I find that my stitches are more accurate and even if I do a stab stitch. Do you stab stitch, Elle, or do you do a running stitch? Well, I know both a running stitch, but yes, mine too, Devin. I misspoke, Elle. I meant, do you stab stitch it? Yes, if you don't have some DNA in your project, you really haven't put your whole heart into it, so to speak. You guys missed it, Elle. You missed it when I ripped the arms and legs off a doll. It's going to be fun. All right, so Jean, hopefully you can watch that if it helps. And look for, yes, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm avoiding the sweat and the tears now. I'm just doing the blood part. I know, I stab myself all the time too. Jean, if you have the book from your sewing kit from the roadshow, you will find that the running stitch is in there. But I know it's easier sometimes to see someone do it. Of course, my Jean. I'm sorry that I ripped you off earlier this week. It got away from me. Yes, please, Elle. Oh, good, Jean, it's in there. So then maybe me showing you and you having the book to refer to will help. All right, let me get a little more thread here and we'll do, you're so welcome, 87. That was kind of soothing in an unpleasant fashion, you guys, tearing the limbs off the dolls. Again, I'm going to save this little scrap of thread in my thread ball. It'll go in my jar. And then, honestly, if I get tired of looking at it, I'll throw it away. I don't stress it. But honestly, a lot of these little bits and pieces you'll be able to work into, should you be so inclined. It was 2 dolls, Jean. I ripped the limbs off 2 dolls, and they barely made a sound. It's a silent scream. Oh, Nicole, you're so sweet. Yes, I'm going to keep working on this page while trying to figure out what to do about our pockets. Not Peggy pockets, the pockets in our book. But yeah, I think we're going to be working on this for a while, girlfriend. But thank you for saying so. I know it's a departure, but as I said, it's what I'm feeling right now. We'll probably do some paper collage in here as well. So So we'll just get it all. Oh, Margie, are you down, honey? You enjoy watching me see pockets? Is that some reference to my one-eyedness? Rude. Yes, Jean, and that way you can freeze it and run it back. I'm so glad that you came, Margie. It is not the same without you, and I'm glad that we cheered you up. We love you. Oh, good, Margie. I'm so glad, honey. All right. So I did the same thing. I want to stitch with the dark end because hopefully you can see it better. So a stem stitch, I have to look at the book here and see how to start it because, well, you know. That's how I roll. You have a glue stick lanyard? Oh, Margie, sweet. Yeah, I think we're all a message away from each other. That's why I love you guys. I don't know, but it sounds fun, doesn't it, Jean? I've got Nicole on to watch tonight. Elle, I have a binge watch of you coming up. Even with you working, man, you just you're putting out those videos. All right, so if you want to draw a shape to make it more regular, have at it. Yep. Yeah, I know, Jean, right? Nicole invented it. Cool. Is it like macrame? Because that is fun. All right, so I have a knot in our thread, just a regular old knot. Oh, bye, Devin. It was so much fun. Thanks for coming, honey. Apparently, I have a spare knot in my thread. That's annoying. This is the part, as I said, where, yeah, I just got a knot in here. I'm not going to screw around with trying to get it out. I'm just going to cut it and start over. Put my thread in my little thread ball. I did too. I had them for the kids' pockets, a chapstick lanyard. But, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't put a glue stick in there. It's really much, much more practical than jewelry. Nicole. I'm thinking about throwing away all my lip gloss and lipsticks. Because, well, I forget sometimes and put it on and then put my mask on and boom. I look more clownish than usual when I take my mask off. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. No thumbs down. What the hell? Didn't I try hard enough? Didn't I offend somebody? Come on now. Apparently I can't even tie a knot. Yes, Nicole, please do. Oh, wait, we do have a knot in there. Okay, oh my gosh. Guess I'm getting tired, you guys. We'll do a stem stitch and hit it. A mask necklace. Yep. I've got like 10 different masks, Farrington. Okay, so a stem stitch. You actually do work from left to right. I know I just said because I'm right-handed, I usually go this way. With a stem stitch, you're going to go this way. You can go all curvy. It's a lot like a back stitch or a running stitch for an outline. Makes lovely stems, coincidentally. So I'm going to come up from the back. Okay. Whoops. I guess I didn't make a good enough knot. Whoopsie daisy. It would be a great conversation piece. All right. Let's try to make a better knot here, girls. Hey, where's Roy? Speaking of girls. The last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of new friends come and a lot of old friends we haven't seen for a while. And I have enjoyed that enormously. $20 for 20 inches of beading. What kind of beading, Farrington? Solid gold? All right, let's try that again. It's this big fat-eyed needle that I have. It's really not the right needle. Okay, so back. I've got a knot in the back. I've got 2 strands of, oh, really, Carla? Wow. Huh, I don't know about that. 2 strands of embroidery floss. You're going to go up about as long as you want your stitch to be. That is absolutely your choice. And they're going to slant a little bit. So let me see if I can show you. That's going to bleed too much. This fabric is stinky balls. Let me grab my pencil here. I don't recommend drawing patterns in pencil because, hey, guess what? If you don't cover it, it's a pain in the ass to get out. But say we want our stem to be like that. Yeah, wow. Good for you, Farrington. Okay, so if that is our stem, we are going to go put our first stitch like in our line. Okay, and the previous or the next stitch always comes up to the left of the previous stitch. All right, so can you guys see that? Am I close to the camera? Try not to get my head in the way. All right, so can you see where the needle's coming up there? So you want to butt that stitch right up against the one we just made, about halfway down and to the left. Hey, Sandra. Okay, and then you go up about the same length as the last stitch you made, right along our stem. And you just do it again. Pull that tight. Didn't do a very good job staying real close to the previous stitch. So you go back onto the line to get your stem there. I know Hoodie, I would tease Hoodie about it, Sandra. Okay, so there's that one. Going back to about halfway. Let me see if I put it this way. Is that... God, the way I was holding it, you can't see it at all. It'd help if I look at the camera. Okay, so I'm about halfway back on that stitch we just made to the left of it. And then back onto our stem, and you just keep going that way, Farrington. And you can make it go all different kinds of curvies. Wherever you want it to go, you just start slightly curving the stitches, you know. Farrington, it is a hanky. It's got some beautiful, delicate white embroidery down here that we're going to use in our piece. I did not do this. This is a vintage hanky. It had a rather ooky stain on it, and the fabric is icky. I don't like how it feels. Okay, so there's the next one. Farrington, did this help at all? Yes, it's been snotted on. Is it because I'm stitching through this the snot? Yeah, I think I have to go take a shower now. Pardon me. Yep, full of DNA. Ew. Oh, good. Carla, I find a lot of times it's a lot easier for me to see someone do it rather than trying to read it in a book. But this is really handy because then, I mean, all you have to do if you want to go in a different direction or whatever, you want it to curve more. So we just came up there. You would just curve off that direction. And you just don't want to make any like sharp corners. You want to kind of do it gradually. Unless you want it to be a sharp corner, then make a damn sharp corner. It's your piece. You can make up your own stitches. Whoa, you go crazy. Go crazy, baby. So there, you just kind of go off a little bit. Are you going to make some 18th century clock toes? We're on the same mind. So instead of going along my penciled mark, I went ahead and veered off. You could do, if you're actually making a stem, you know, you could do some this direction, go back up, do some off in that direction to get a stem or to outline things or whatever. But that is also in the family of straight stitches. So if we're going to do straight stitches on our piece here, that would count, you see. So this is where we left off, guys. I do love that photo there. I'm going to go ahead and pin the other end down and see if we can get it to start flattening. So I may very well go by. All right, Elle, when I go downstairs, I will write it down. I got you, baby. I cannot wait. Thank you, Elle. Oh God, Farrington, ew. No, thank you. So this is where we got in pudding pieces. I might very well just do drive-by random fabric placing before next Thursday, but we'll go over it so I can show you. The lighting really is still weird. To show you where we are. But this is where we got. We've got circles and squares, got some rubber stamping, got some seam binding. We're all on cotton batting. Thanks, Elle. We've got the negative of this circle that we cut out on the Big Shot and just some scraps. And then that black and white photo that as I said, normally that kind of thing would go in later, but I just love it. Thanks, Pockets. Oh, it'll get it. Farrington, it'll get it. And a kitty. And we have our quote. All right, you guys. I'm going to say goodnight because I know that Rosemary's on and I'm getting a little tired. And I will thank you again so much for coming to hang out. Thanks for the new person to check out, Linda, and thanks for coming. I love you guys. Thank you for being down with doing something different. I really appreciate it. And I think this is going to be fun. Something different. Be cool. Big hugs and kisses. Please stay safe and stay well. Bye.